very first director of the Center on Colfax, recently released a new book aiming to educate people on Denver's LGBTQ+ history. Denver 7's Richard Butler sat down with author Phil Nash one-on-one.
For the past 4 generations.
With his husband Bob by his side,
This is me.
Phil Nash takes a look back at his past.
This was a lot of work.
In his lifetime, Phil has worked as a gay rights activist, reporter, photojournalist, communication strategist, and most recently, author. His work has shaped gay rights as we know them today.
I read in Out Front that there was a group of people who had come together to start a gay community center in Denver. And I thought, I want to be part of this.
He found them, and after about a year of volunteering, he was selected to be the first director of the organization now known as the Center on Colfax.
We were there to help people come out. And one thing that gave impetus to the center and the whole movement here in Denver occurred in June of 1977, and that was the Save Our Children campaign down in Florida.
The campaign was led by a singer and former Miss Oklahoma, Anita Bryant, who was trying to overturn a policy protecting gay people in Miami. Bryant's involvement brought national attention to the anti-gay movement.
It was the first time that gays and lesbians mobilized all over the country to help raise money to stop that.
In the early 1980s, Phil left the center and began reporting for Outfront magazine.
Gay publications were running obituaries. It became a service to the community to report on people who died of AIDS because many people wouldn't otherwise know what had happened to their friends.
A critical time to be a gay journalist. He also covered the election of Denver's first Hispanic mayor.
Federico Peña built a coalition of Latinos, blacks, women, environmentalists, LGBT people, and surprised everyone by winning that election.
By 1990, Phil began working for Peña as a speechwriter. Then, in 1992, another setback for gay rights, as Coloradans voted for Amendment 2, which nullified civil rights protections based on sexual orientation.
It was devastating to our community.
A Denver judge later ruled the amendment was unconstitutional. It eventually made it all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court, which agreed. Phil and Bob are now legally married, a life of service, progress, and an insatiable dedication to LGBTQ rights.
In my lifetime, I've gone from having no knowledge about what it means to be gay or that gay people even existed to living a life of making it easier for gay people to come out and live whole and complete and happy lives. A few of us can write our history, but it takes all of us to write our future.
Denver 7's Richard Butler joins us in studio. Richard, what an incredible story.
Yeah, Phil and I also talked about how we learn about different cultures and histories in school, but for gay people, we don't really have that. I didn't learn about gay history or cultures in school. I had to go find it myself.
I think that is so many people's story, and it sounds like Nash took matters into his own hands.
Yes, Phil wrote this book, LGBTQ Denver. It can be found in bookstores. Phil will also be selling this book this weekend at the Center of Colfax's booth at Pride Fest.
All right, Richard Butler reporting for us. Thank you, Richard.